Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, the rematch between Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya was announced this past week for UFC 287. Here's what Pereira had to say about the rematch in a recent interview. People say, oh, you keep saying things, but you'll fight Adesanya again. Okay, no problem. What is he going to do? Is he going to change his strength? Next time he should use more force in the clinch. Next time, he said when you were landing on the ground, he wasn't feeling it, so hit him harder so he can feel it. So does that mean he wants to do that now and in the first fight he didn't? He couldn't do it. I can implement a game plan where he can't do it once again. Sean O'Malley gives his take on Alexander Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev.
What I was trying to say about Alexander Volkanovski is he's mastered his style. He's shorter, he's compact. Is he going to be able to get taken down and held down? You would assume yes. If you watch Islam's fights, you'd think, okay, why would Alexander Volkanovski be able to stop Islam? But I think if anyone can do it, it is Alexander Volkanovski. I do think if anyone can beat Islam, it's me or Alexander Volkanovski.
Yeah, you two up in there for sure.
You know what I mean?
That's so crazy.
I'm kidding. Chill.
Because before that Charles fight, I feel like a lot of people were doubting him, and now everyone's like, oh, he's pound for pound. I mean, before
it is weird. Alexander is pound for pound.
Right.
And Islam's number 2.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So it's like, insane. Is it an upset? It's kind of, I don't know. Charles Oliveira was also saying, it's like, I want that rematch.
Yeah.
I had a bad night.
10 minutes of, yeah.
So, which is interesting. I mean, I think Charles versus Islam is interesting still. I do still think it's, I don't know. He got outstruck and then taken down and choked. It's hard to, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Do I know? No, yeah. I don't.
Belal Muhammad trolls Jiri Prochazka on Instagram. Belal makes fun of the recent I'm Coming video released by Prochazka following Jamal Hill's victory over Glover Teixeira.
This could only mean one thing. I'm coming. I'm coming! Hey, the fuck?
Francis Ngannou reveals he's already in talks with Tyson Fury's team about the planned super fight. Here's the clip.
Yes, I've talked to some of his advisor, hopefully, but they are working on a fight with Usyk on April. So until then, he will not be free. But I'm just trying to see if we can have an agreement before that fight. That will also give me some time to get prepared for a boxing fight. So I have no problem with that. The timeline that I'm expecting, that I hope will be like sometime in June, July, which is doable. So let's see. I think it's too early to make a conclusion. It's too early to say anything about it, but it's definitely something that we are looking into it.
Big John and Josh from the Weighing In podcast discussed the possibility of Alex Pereira moving up to 205.
John, let's talk about how spectacular it is, though, that he's 6-1, and he's the UFC champ.
He's not only the UFC champ, he's someone that, a lot of people believe could go up to light heavyweight right now and give Jamal Hill problems.
I think so.
And
I think so.
I'd have to agree. The styles match up as far as Jamal Hill is not a ground guy. He's not really looking for takedowns. He wants to stand up and use his power. So does Alex. That would be a great fight.
Yeah.
And at 6-1, look at, Jamal Hill doesn't have a ton of experience. He's 12-1 now, right?
Yeah.
But he's good.
It's the new breed, baby.
It's all about being good.
We're all getting old. The new breed's coming in.
What do you guys think about a potential fight between Jamal Hill and Alex Pereira at 205? And should Alex move up if he beats Izzy again at UFC 287? Let us know in the comment section below. In a recent interview, Diego Sanchez spoke about his desire to face off against Nick Diaz in BKFC.
I knew that fighting Austin Trout is going to pull the boxing fans and the UFC fans and the bare knuckle fans, and we're gonna hit a wider spectrum of fan base, and so that's why I did this, man. I had the Perry fight on the line. I was asking for the Nick Diaz fight. That's the real bare knuckle fight that I want, is Nick Diaz. I'm pretty sure he's under his contract with UFC for probably the rest of his life, so it'll probably never happen. But let me throw that out there to the fans, and let the fans know that Diego Sanchez ain't afraid, man. That Lord has not given me the spirit of fear, but the spirit of power power, love, and a sound mind. And I want that fight. I want Nick Diaz. I want a money fight. I want a fight that's going to bring fans. I want to end my career with these big legendary fights. And what better to start than a world champion boxer in Austin Trout? And so, you know, at 165, I'm going to be the bigger man.
Beneil Dariush gave us his take on the potential McGregor comeback in 2023. Here's the clip.
Well, Conor McGregor set to return in 2023, supposedly. Whoever he fights, is it Chandler, whatnot? But you know, if he gets a victory, they're going to give that guy a title shot.
Oh gosh, thanks for adding to the to my first world problems. I guess that's another problem I would have if Conor steps up and actually fights and wins. And I think that Michael Chandler is a very winnable fight for him. So if he actually shows up, that would be a pain in the ass for me. That would really be a pain in the ass. Ugh. I don't really have an answer for you. I'm sorry.
You don't have an answer?
Yeah, it's just a pain in the ass.
Alexander Volkanovski believes that Islam Makhachev is underestimating him ahead of their fight at UFC 284. Volkanovski said, "I love that. Everyone says that. I love being the underdog. I do. That's the challenge, being the underdog, proving wrong the doubters and the haters, all that type of stuff. I don't let it really get to me, but I let it get to me enough where I'm like, all right, I'm going to train a little bit harder, I'm going to shut these guys up, and I'm going to go out there and do it. It makes me want those fights. Those are the fights I want. I feel like in the featherweight division, I was trying to find which fight that was going to be, and then this lightweight thing came and that's what I wanted. I'm glad I did it because it's already made me such a better fighter. The fact that I'm moving up, doing the bulking, telling myself we need to get stronger, we need to work on that takedown defense, all of a sudden I'm twice as strong as I was. My defense is just on point. I'm like an absolute brick wall when people are trying to run into me and they feel it. They instantly feel it as soon as they grab a hold of me or we grab each other. They can already significantly see the strength, so it just makes you think where I go from here. I'm tiny, I've always been short, that's just how it is. Even the featherweights are taller than me. But you can see in his face like, this guy ain't too big. I've seen that on plenty of people's faces. I've seen that in my previous fights, my last 4 or 5 fights, but the face quickly changes when I'm in the octagon. Give me 10 seconds with him, that face changes real quick. All of a sudden that size doesn't matter. All of a sudden my footwork, where's this guy at? I'm in a puzzle, he's already giving drama. Then I put my hands on him, there's another problem. Then they try to grab a hold of me and I'm a little brick wall, there's another problem. That's when you see them start to crumble and be like, what have I got myself into? Daniel Cormier believes Jorge Masvidal is in a must-win scenario against Gilbert Burns. Here's what DC had to say. It was hard work for Masvidal to take this fight when in reality, I've long said it's the best fight for him to get back where he's trying to go in the short term. Because if you beat Gilbert and you're Jorge Masvidal with this star power, you're right back in the mix. But you can't lose if you're Jorge. You've got to win. You've got to get this one. For as bad as the decision loss to Kamaru Usman in the first one, the knockout in the second one, then the decision loss to Colby Covington, you lose to Gilbert Burns, and now you've lost to 3 of the top 4 fighters in the world. I don't know if you come back from that at an advanced age in fighting. Will his star power be hurt? I don't think so. People love Jorge Masvidal, but this is a must-win situation for Gamebred. He's got to get it done. If he does win, he goes to the short list, especially with the timing of that fight being a month after Usman and Leon Edwards in the rematch. If Leon Edwards wins and then Gamebred wins, they will fight for the championship. Belal Muhammad may hate this, but if Leon wins and Masvidal wins, that's going to be the championship fight. There's so much history between the two that you cannot help but fall victim to that desire to see it pay off, like in wrestling. It's the story, it's the build, it's the payoff. We never got the payoff between Masvidal and Leon Edwards. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.